Today's DJs are the pro wrestlers of music. Lots of movements, but nothing is actually happening. Their gear does everything for them. They have the sync button, the screens allow them not to use headphones, pressing a lot of buttons but no one hears a noticeable difference in the music. If we're being honest, you're not a real DJ unless you play vinyl. I get a lot of these comments in my videos. At this point, I'm not sure if it's genuine misconception or if people are just trolling. But either way, we need to address it. DJs who use vinyl in the digital age do so because they want to. Either they want to scratch on a plate that actually moves, or maybe they just like the vintage look of it. There are a ton of reasons, but the bottom line is because they want to, not because it makes them better than those who use CDJs and controllers. Vinyl has a lot of shortcomings and limitations, which I'll get to in a moment. But every DJ that prefers it over CDJs and controllers is aware of these shortcomings and is obviously willing to put up with them. I just happen to not be one of those people. I wasn't even born when the world collectively moved from vinyl to CDs, and I'm old. Expecting somebody like me to gravitate towards vinyl is kind of like expecting people to take a boat ride from the US to Australia because planes have made traveling too easy. Well, yes, they have, and it doesn't make sense to complain. This is a USB and this is a vinyl disc. This is $7, $35. This is the smallest drive I have in my space and it's 32 gigs, which can hold around 2,700 tracks. This on the other hand can hold 8 to 12 tracks. 2,700, 12. If you get dust on this thing, you'll be able to hear it in the music and it doesn't sound nice. On this USB, I can have lossless quality tracks which are identical to the Studio Master. On this, you get a copy of a copy of a copy of a song, each one of them having its own imperfections. You can have 10 identical discs holding the exact same music, but each one of them is going to have slight imperfections that add character to the music. And I can see why people like that. I just don't prefer it. I'd rather have the master. And that's just on the storage devices. There's a lot more. For instance, if you get this thing too hot, it'll warp and that obviously affects the playback. If there's any sudden movements or shakes, the music will stop for a second. And in a club with big speakers, there's obviously going to be a lot of big movements and shakes. On CDJs, I can search for the name of the song on the touchscreen. I can also skip to a specific part of a track with the press of one button. Good luck doing that on vinyl. Did I also mention that it's made from a toxic type of plastic and no one wants to recycle it? But that's a topic for another YouTuber to cover. I like to think that I can take criticism as long as it comes in the form of an actual argument. Instead of saying, "You're not a real DJ, shut up." You are very unlikely to come across a reputable turntablist that hates on digital DJs. In fact, Jazzy Jeff, who is arguably one of the best DJs of all time, is all for technology.
I just said earlier that technology doesn't have shit to do with DJing. I don't understand this whole thing that people are mad at the sync button. Don't use it. But if you want to use it, use it.
It is always the people with the least to show that have the most to say, and unfortunately what they have to say is negative. The term real DJ has no actual meaning when you take into consideration the many types of DJs we have. If you are a turntablist or a battle DJ where your audience is reacting to what you're doing with the music and not necessarily dancing to it, then going for vinyl kinda makes sense for you. But if I'm a producer DJ and I play dance music in 2023, I have no reason to use vinyl. And if in the tracks that I'm playing, there's this 2-minute window where the beat is just going hard and I have no choice but to let it play, I can rest my hand on the EQ knob. It doesn't make me a fake DJ. Because if I just stand there, you're gonna say, "Look at him, he's just standing there." And if I leave the decks and dance to the music, there's gonna be people saying, "Back in my day, the DJ made the people dance. Nowadays, they're just dancing themselves." The point is not to please you. It's always been about the audience. And if they're happy, I'm happy. If you have a genuine problem with digital DJs, I suggest that you take your smartphone and put it down and write me a letter. Lick the envelope and send it to me, because that's exactly what you're expecting from us. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.